You are now listening to Ride With Me, the Flat Tire Podcast.
Welcome to Ride With Me, episode 153. Today is April 19, 2026. And today I do have Ricky. He came back. Can you believe it? That guy has not loved me for months, and all of a sudden he wanted to come on the podcast. But we'll let him share the story in a little bit. But the hotline, guys, the hotline's still there. It ain't going anywhere. 818-806-8595. Give it a call. Send a text. If you don't want your number exposed, go ahead and *67. And I just realized *67. 67? No, I'm fucking childish here. 67. *67 818-806-8595. Give that number a call. Leave a voice message. Leave a question for anybody, for Ricky, for myself, for if you want to be a guest, give it a call. Don't forget my socials is Instagram, Ride With Me Podcast. Thank you guys for all the follows. I've been getting a lot of follows lately. I appreciate the love. TikTok, FTA_podcast. YouTube, FTA_podcast. And I haven't posted shit on Rumble, but it's still there. Podcast, FTA_podcast. And recently, Patreon. I shared the story last time. Somebody reached out to me and said, hey, I love what you do with your podcast. Let me give you a little donation. And he did. I don't have his name up front and on me, but I will give him a shout out next time. And yeah, Patreon. Podcast will still be free. This is just for donation purposes only. If you want to donate, ahí está. Spotify, Pandora, Apple Podcasts, Alexa, YouTube. You know, you guys, again, I've said it multiple times. Spotify is the main source of the podcast. So if you follow me on Apple Podcasts, I am not going to get credit for it. If you listen only on Apple, if you can download Spotify, hit the follow, and then delete Spotify. I don't care, bro. Do what you got to do. Spotify don't pay my bills. So if you guys can, that'd be great. And then let's not forget our sponsor, SolarX Insurance. Hit the open road with peace of mind with SolarX Insurance. Whether you ride a motorcycle or need an SR22, SolarX can help. They offer fast, friendly, and affordable coverage. Don't let insurance stress slow you down. So call 877-736-4719 and let SolarX get you back on the road. Again, that's 877-736-4719. Again, I say it all the time. Call my boy Juan. He's waiting for your calls. So, little quick recap of the podcast that you guys are about to listen to. Again, can some of you guys don't read the podcast description. So here's the recap. Again, like I said, I had Ricky's on the podcast today, and we started talking about a little bit of golf, you know, now that I'm a golfer, if I call myself a golfer. But yeah, we went to go play golf with some buddies, and one of my buddies was kind of nervous to meet Ricky. So Ricky came in and he was like, shit, I'm the cool cop, you know. So my boy was more comfortable playing golf with Ricky for the first time. And then so we also talk about Ricky is doing some demolition in his house. And we talk about the stress about being a homeowner and how him trying to expand on his house, he's getting fucking fees from schools, fire department, and the trash. It's like, what the hell? We get into a little conversation about traffic crashes and how people in LA County, pues valen madre para manejar. They're not that great of drivers. But hey, I wake up early just to make sure to avoid any heavy traffics. We started sharing some stories about my birthday. You know, he was here for my 40th birthday. And actually, you know what? I forgot to mention on the podcast that this will be the first year that I don't work for the last company on my birthday. So this one better be a good one. That fucker better take me to a good golf course that day. So we'll see about that. Ricky asked me about the difference between my last job and my new job. Obviously the stress levels from the last job to this new job are completely different. You know, I share some stories about store owners insulting me, work stress, freaking how the last company had so-called integrity issues. I got into a conversation about why I quit after all the stress, but it wasn't even the stress that got me to quit. So we share a little bit about that. And then, Ricky gets into a little conversation about the last time he was on, he talked about he lost his son, and before he was he was born, but he was born with no lungs, I believe it was, and he passed away. So they're trying IVF again, and his wife is pregnant again. So he shared his concerns and his worries and everything that, hopefully everything works out great, and Ricky is scared, and we know with the power of prayer, with the family loves to pray so much that everything will work out this time. And hope you guys enjoy this episode. Until next time. Welcome back, Officer Ricky.
What's going on?
Pinche milagro, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's been a bit.
You don't even love me anymore, bro.
I just saw you this Sunday.
That doesn't matter. You don't even love me anymore, bro. Like,
we talk almost every day.
You had a kid and you neglect me, and then you fucking about to have a second kid, and now if you have a second kid, then I'm never gonna hear from you. We're never gonna play golf again. That's it. You won't exist anymore, bro.
We talk almost every day. Slightly dramatic. No, but it has been a minute since I've been back on the podcast. I kept telling you that I want to come back. Just scheduling just hasn't really worked out for both.
I mean, in your defense, we did try to attempt to record an episode while playing golf.
That was great.
And it was going good. I listened to the entire fucking audio, and it was going good, bro. Up until you hit that little curve, and the phone fell, and the microphone went to shit. And it continued to record, but it sounded like everything was like 50 yards away.
Yeah, I like to clarify on that. I didn't hit a curb. There was a lip that the cart path was all messed up on, and I hit that. So I wasn't a bad driver and hit like a random curb. No, I was just driving the cart path, and the concrete was lifted, and unfortunately your phone did fall, and it did damage the recorder.
Yeah. So he was it's safe to say that he was drinking and driving.
Definitely not. On a golf course, though.
Speaking of that, bro, you know how freaking paranoid Ryan was on Chavez Day to freaking go play golf with you because you're a cop?
Farmers Workers Day, okay?
Well, whatever I posted on Instagram, whatever day you want to call it.
Yeah, I know. I could tell from the beginning he was pretty nervous. But I mean, unfortunately, that's a normal reaction that I kind of get every once in a while when they find out. That's why I try not to tell people. I kind of let them ease into it, and then they're like, "Oh,
dude, I just spoke to him today, which was weeks ago.
Yeah.
After Chavez Day or whatever, and he was like, "Dude, Rick is a cool dude or whatever." But he wasn't gonna book you, bro. First of all, weed is legal. Yeah. Second of all, it's out of his jurisdiction. Third of all, he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I can care less, man.
He's like,
I'm like, as long as you're not putting that thing in my face, man, I can care less.
Yeah, dude. He was all paranoid, bro.
No, man, no, he's cool. He's a good guy.
I would think he was picturing you like some kind of fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger type fucking cop and shit.
Had like the
and
cop
he
haircut,
sees you fucking
yeah, right.
Haircut. He sees this little tiny guy and I'm like
yeah, no, I get that a lot though, man. Where a lot of people kind of like they tense up, and that's why I usually kind of wait to tell them a little later once they're like, "Oh, wait, this guy's kind of chill," because like I tell a lot of people, like I even tell coppers, like a lot of cops are kind of the same way where they kind of have the cop mentality on and off the job, which in some certain situations is good, but a lot of times too, we gotta let down our hair, kind of be ourselves, get ourselves away from that aspect of our life. And so that's why I kind of like to talk to the people first, and then so they kind of understand who I am, and then later on I kind of drop that bombshell and be like, oh, by the way, I'm also, I'm a cop, and like, oh, but they're already been like, oh, this guy's kind of chill though.
Like, I don't even see you as a cop. When you come to visit, I don't see you as a cop. Like, I think I've only seen you in uniform once, and that's because of your guys' graduation.
Yeah. I
don't think I've ever seen you with uniform. I mean, I go to your house and I play with your toys all the time, but and we're not talking about the ones on his belt buckle.
Yeah, no, it's weird to say, but I kind of pride myself on like trying to. I'm not hiding it to like because like I'm ashamed of what I do. I love what I do. It's just I try to have no matter what I did, profession that I would have cop or not. I just like to be my own person outside of work, and then my work person when I'm at work. It just so happens to be that I'm a cop. That's the profession that I chose. Again, I love it, but I don't want to be a cop 24/7. When I'm off the clock. I like to be myself.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Like what was it? I went to your house, and then this fool, like up in your entertainment center type thing where you keep all your photos and stuff. There was a fucking gun on top of the mantle thingy. I was like, and I grabbed it, and I was I didn't know at the moment. I'm like, And I think when Nick was with me, and he's like, Dad, stop touching Ricky's shit. I'm like, yeah, but he left the fucking gun out in the open. Why the fuck not? You know what I mean? I don't know how to take the safety off, so it doesn't matter. I'm sure he doesn't keep it loaded. And then the first thing you guys hear, what are you doing? Because you already fucking know. You already fucking know.
I know.
And I fucking put it back down. You come out and you're like, it's just a fucking laser gun. I'm like, what the fuck? It wasn't even real. No. It wasn't even a real gun.
Yeah. So the one he's talking about, I leave it out. One, it's a laser gun, but two, it's actually a train. So it's like a real gun. So like the one that I carry. But also,
it has a weight to it.
It has weight, and you can remove the mag, but it's just a laser, and it's just for training purposes only. So that's just for like accuracy and stuff like that. But of course, we use it for the dogs also.
I do that with I would have done it with the cat.
Yeah. So like, and then Gwen loves to mess with it with the dog. So when I'm teaching her also like firearm safety, but also she likes to mess with it with the dogs. So she'll put the laser on the walls, and the dogs go crazy.
But I went to Home Depot to buy one of those laser thermometers.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't for me to check the temperature, bro. It was for me to fucking make the cat go run around the house with it. And
the crazy part is you're in a bunch of stores all the time. You can easily buy just those little 50-cent lasers.
I had one and they broke, bro. I need to have the good one, bro.
They're 50 cents.
And then I went on Amazon, and I don't know, probably went on your Amazon. And I bought this mouse, but it's not a regular computer mouse. It's a laser. So you connect this receiver to the computer, and you use like a pin type thing, and that's your mouse, and it has a couple buttons.
Oh.
But it also has a laser pointer, so I fucking the fucking cat started chasing all over it.
That's funny.
But
that's funny.
Yeah, though this guy he learned to hide his good shit, and he left his fucking toys out. And I'm like, this is not his radio too. I was look at his fucking radio. I'm not trying to.
Yeah, all the non-weapon stuff is put away, but all my toys, those are out.
He learned not to leave shit out when he knows I'm coming over.
Well, you're a great training aid for Gwen, because I'm like, can't leave things out because of Andy, but it's also good practice because we're gonna have a kid soon. So let me just start practicing now.
I know I mentioned the story before. This one time he was teaching my family how to feed the new puppies because they were going to go on vacation or somewhere we was going. I remember Hawaii maybe or
one of the two. I don't
know. So he's in the room teaching the kids and the wife how to feed the dogs and how to do it, when to do it, and all that good stuff. And all of a sudden, you hear his fucking badge hit the ground, and that badge has a unique sound when it hit the ground. So he's like, the first, Andy, what are you doing? He already fucking knew that I was touching his shit. But what he didn't know that at the time, while he was over there teaching the family how to feed the dogs, I'm sending pictures to my friends saying, "Look at what I stole from a dumbass cop." The next thing I need to do was steal his fucking car.
But that time I did have my belt out though.
You did. Yeah, it was hanging up on the door, and you were getting ready to go to work.
Yeah.
So we went over there right before you took off. So yeah, you had everything out, and ever since that day, I've never seen your shit out, bro.
No, I know better now. I didn't know.
Yeah, no. But besides all that bullshit, you're remodeling your house, aren't you?
Yeah, man. So we just started literally a couple of days ago. They just finished doing the demoing, so that part is done. But this has been an over a year process with the permits, and now I'm starting to understand why people do things without permits, because it's a headache, a complete and utter headache, and it's probably one of the most annoying things that I've been through. And everyone wants their cut.
I told you if you would have just rented me the fucking house. But no, you wanted to make it bigger.
Well, so initially we wanted to get another house. That was the goal. Well, rates went to shit. So then we were like, you know what? We're not finding what we like. 2, the rates are just getting worse. So we're like, why don't we just make our house bigger? And then it will save us in the long run. And we'll kind of get what we want. So that's what we went with. Well, a year and some change later, where the plans are finally approved.
It took a year to get the plans approved?
It took a year and like 1 or 2 months.
Shit.
And now that they are approved, every entity in the city is asking for their little cut for us doing construction. From a schooling fee that's like $1,500, and that just goes to the schools because I guess it matters that we're doing construction to the schools. I don't even know.
There's not even a school on your block.
My kid's not even going to school. Let's just start there.
And the second one's not even born yet.
Yeah. You know? So I'm like, why am I giving the school $1,500 for? But I'm sure there's a reason. But they're like, yeah, you just need to do it. I'm like, all right. And then the fire department's like, okay, cool. We got to test your fire hydrant to make sure that there's enough PSI in the hydrant to accommodate the size of your new house now.
Shouldn't they check that mandatory?
You would think they would do that annually anyways. But no, I got to pay now $1,300 for that. And then I just found out that the waste management also wants a cut, and they want to put a fee, an unknown amount of fee. And depending on how expensive my project is, they might even want a $10,000 deposit. And I'm just like, well, you guys are going to charge me every time I go to the dump anyways. So y'all are just going to double dip? Like, that doesn't make... Yeah, so everyone's coming out of the WordWorks now asking for their little fee because I'm doing construction. And now I see why people just don't do it. Like, it's completely ridiculous.
After what we've seen, we've been, like we said it multiple times, we were blessed that our mother-in-law rented us this house. Mm-hmm. But that day is going to come to an end.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that the moment that happens, everybody's going to want their cut. So, hey, Martinez says, you guys got to go. Sell the house and everybody gets their cut. And so, but after what we've seen with you guys, you and, you know, the other siblings, that what they've gone through to remodel their house and permits and everything. Yeah, I don't think I would want to own a house. So you need to hurry up, buy a second house and rent us this house. Or the other ones need to go buy their house with the pool and rent us that house. Because I don't think I ever want to own my own house. I changed my fucking mind.
Yeah, no, I mean, don't get me wrong. It is great, but the upkeep and making it kind of like... Because again, the house initially was perfect for just me and the wife. Perfect size for us. It was more than enough space that we needed. But now with the kid, growing family, one on the way, we have officially outgrown our house. And so now we just need more space. And with this new build that we're doing, it will provide that at a lot cheaper cost than what us buying a house at this size would be. But instead of paying the crazy interest, we just got to deal with the headache. And the headache being the city.
It's safe to say that Gwen owns that living room, bro.
She will eventually.
No, she owns the living room.
Oh, for sure.
Dude, you barely have room to walk to the sofas.
And even when we probably build it, obviously make it bigger and better layout, she probably still will own majority of that as well. You know, until the new one comes, then they'll own it.
I'm assuming the house is old, right?
Yeah, it's like in like the 70s, I think, 60s or 70s.
Because the living room was way too small.
Yeah.
Like the living room was... I think this room is bigger than your living room.
Yeah, it's close.
Yeah.
It's close. Yeah.
Yeah, for those of you that have been in this room to other podcasts or spend the night, yeah, this is Ricky's living room.
Yeah.
So he's not that good of a cop. He doesn't make that much money.
No.
He doesn't make that much money.
Yeah, no. So hopefully now with the new layout and the new size, it should accommodate at least for a few years. So you're out of luck for a few years at least with our house.
Shit.
Because we're going to be there probably for a few years.
Well, let's hope the other ones buy a house with the pool so they can rent us that house.
Yeah, your luck is actually probably better with them right now.
Yeah, at this point, dude, I'll go rent a fucking. You know what? I'll go buy a fucking trailer park. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
That way, when they make fun of the boys and they say, "Hey, your dad lives in a trailer," shit. So.
Hey, so did Eminem, right?
Mm-hmm. My mama lives in a trailer. Yeah. Freaking, I think Con Air says that shit. I think Con Air quote says that. Like, they making fun of him. Hey, my mom lives in a trailer. But, yeah, no, I honestly do not, I don't envy you guys. I don't envy anybody that owns a house.
Yeah, it was very exciting leading up, but now that we're in it, I don't want to say stressful. It's just frustrating right now because now all of a sudden everyone wants a cut, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then obviously no one tells you this leading up, or at least, I mean, you know, there's going to be fees, you know, it's expensive, but then you don't know certain entities. Like you will never assume a random schooling district is going to ask for money because you're doing construction when you're like, that does not apply to you whatsoever.
The thing is that obviously you know that the city's going to they're going to want to cut because they have the plans and I've seen it happen here at this house.
Yeah,
so
and
I
that's
know
fine.
But for everyone else to fucking want to take
like
a cut?
the city and everything makes sense. Okay, you're doing the permits. They're having their architects, their engineers, their building and safety people. Okay, obviously there's people working to complete that. So I 100% get that. The inspectors coming out. Yeah, I get all of that, right? Okay, because there's actually people coming out doing the work to make sure you're doing it right. Okay, yeah, I understand, and okay, that makes sense. But why is schooling fee? That me putting in this addition to my house is not going to affect the schools whatsoever. Why do I have to pay them? And then I'm going to pay the dump every time I go dump any of our construction debris over there anyway. So why are they asking for a potential deposit?
Yeah.
A deposit for what? I don't know, man. And same thing with the fire department. I mean, just for them to test their fire hydrant, like you guys shouldn't be doing that every year, right? To make sure that it's not compromised. But I mean, I don't know, man. I just didn't. I knew it was going to be expensive. I just didn't think these random entities would be asking. I'm surprised the police department's like, hey, well, now they're making it bigger. I gotta. It's gonna take longer for us to clear your house.
We're gonna have to patrol your house more often.
More. And now it's bigger, so we gotta, potentially clear it, longer. So more to guard. So we're gonna need a cut too.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm surprised they haven't come out and hit me.
And you know what? When my brother Danny hears this podcast, he's gonna be like, "That's the price you pay for living in California."
Yeah, no, you're not. You're not wrong.
He's not.
You know what? Price you pay for living in LA.
LA County, dude. LA County. Just when I lived in Oxnard, Ventura County, I'm just gonna go based on my car insurance.
Yeah.
When I came out here, my car insurance tripled. I'm like, why did that happen? Because you changed your address to LA address.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? And then this new job that I have, I see why. I see a car accident almost every fucking day. I've almost been like part of 3 of them on the 60 freeway.
It's too dense a population with too many people in a rush here that are impatient for there not to be an accident every. I mean, again, in my little area that I work, I probably hear 10 traffic accidents a day. Now those aren't like severe.
Yeah.
But those are just the ones that call us. Because obviously you can get an accident and not have to call the police, and you just be normal, exchange information, and move on. But whether it's kind of serious or someone doesn't have insurance or whatever the case may be, at least 10 in just my little division, I would hear a day on average. Some higher, some lower, obviously, but yeah, on average, like 8 to 10.
I can't even exchange words with anybody anymore because my vehicle has a state seal on it.
Yeah, no.
So I better.
So if you do get an accident, do you have to call like a supervisor out?
I have to let the supervisor know and then call the number.
Does anyone come out from the state to like, I don't know, whatever?
It's just gonna. I believe it's just a tow or whatever, and then they tell us that we have to take, I believe, 8 photos. 4 of our vehicle and 4 of their vehicle, every side or whatever, and then what else did they say? There's a lot of shit that they want us to do, but it's nothing crazy. I mean, like I'm already classified as a grandpa driver, so it's the other people that are crazy. Like today, some guy was trying to pass me so bad that he almost hit me, only for me to switch lanes and pass him. And I looked at him like, pendejo, all that for freaking all that for me to pass you anyways.
That's what I was saying. People are just impatient, man. There's no really real logic. They're just impatient. It's for whatever it may be. Maybe it's something legit. Most times it's not. It's just, again, that's all it is. It's just being impatient.
100%. Like I have to. So in this company vehicle, we are not supposed to go 15 miles over the speed limit. And my LCD on time. You've known me for what now? 8, 9 years.
Going on 9.
And we're the Martinez were the first ones to the events. We actually helped set up because we're the first ones there.
Yeah, he's definitely one of them.
And so I had to lecture one of the guys that has been doing this longer, and I told him, "Why are you hitting 75 miles on the freeway? You're 5 miles away from going over the speed limit that they don't want us to go over. Why are you in a hurry?" He said, "Well, because I get up and okay. You get up and you're in a hurry. That means that if you're getting up and you're in a hurry to leave your house, that means you're waking up too late.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that you have to go to bed early. Not everybody has to be like me and go to bed at fucking 7:30 to get my 8 hours of sleep. But I wake up at 4:30. I wake up at 4:30, and it takes me about half an hour just to get ready. Just to get ready, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Then I prep my lunch, which is just, well, actually, no, I started prepping my lunch. So usually, like, for example, today the wife made some kind of like a stew with carrots and squash.
Oh,
and
I saw her making it.
Yeah. Okay, exactly.
The bone broth stew.
Yeah. And then she, with pinto beans in it. I showed it with pinto beans. So anyway, that's my lunch right there. I prepped that. Then my breakfast is that smoothie. I was thinking about it. I'm like, if I've lost like 40 pounds on Yoli, why can't I do the same? Why can't I eat the same way I was eating with Yoli with the protein powder that I can buy at Walmart?
Yeah.
And I mean, I've lost 13 pounds, so it's obviously working. So I prep that drink by like 5:30, then I chug it. And by 5:15, I already turn on my GPS to see how long it's going to take me to get to my destination.
Mm-hmm.
The moment I see the GPS say, I'm supposed to get there at 7. The moment the GPS says my ETA is 6:30, I start, okay, let's go. Start the car, take the stuff into the car, whatever. By the time I pull out of the parking lot, out of the driveway, it's like 6:45. I mean, I'm sorry, the ETA is now 6:45.
Yeah.
I'm gone. My mentality is, if you're on time, you're late.
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking like that for a long time.
Yeah.
So that's why I told him, like, the moment I hit 65 on the speed on the freeway, cruise control.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in a hurry, bro. As long as my ETA stays the same at 6:45, dude, turn on your GPS while you're still getting ready. Keep an eye on it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's what I do. I mean, I feel that's what a lot of people do, but I think the problem that people make here in LA, which, I mean, crazy to me, is they wait to get to work at that time. So if it's 7 a.m., they wait to show up at 7 or 6:55 when you damn well know, especially with morning traffic, you need at least I give myself a 10-minute window, because if any little traffic piles up, you need that little 5 to 10 minutes extra. So like leaving at 6:45, it still kind of puts you. If there was that little 10-minute gap, you still get there 5 minutes early. You know, with with unaccounted traffic for that. Okay, everyone's now going to work, because work does start usually around that time too. People will be on the road, more people as the day goes on. The
worst day was when I got there with 2 minutes to spare. Yeah. And that's with me leaving early. So again, but I still hit the traffic. It is what it is. Yeah. I still hit my speed limit, 65, and it is what it is. If they told me we're not supposed to go over speed limit, hey man, I'm not going to do whatever. I'm not going to jeopardize my job, a job that I've been waiting to get on for years.
That you've been trying to get for a while too,
So I'm not going to jeopardize that.
How has this new job been going, by the way?
Dude, I went to one of my old coworkers. He was going to the gym, so I was going to gym with him for a little bit, and then Jojo went with us, and Jojo's my 17-year-old, and Ricky knows that, but some of you guys don't know that. And he asked him, "Hey, how's your dad been? Coming home from work?" And Jojo's response was, "A different person."
Yeah,
a different person.
Yeah,
and the reason why he said that's a different person is because my last job, I don't think I ever got into real detail, like real hardcore detailed conversation about my last job. Yeah. And I think you saw a little bit of it the day that you showed up to my house on my 40th birthday to cook. I was giving this guy every excuse in the book for him not to come over. I didn't want to grill. It was I think it might have even been a Friday.
Yeah, I think it was a Friday.
Yeah. I don't want to do anything. Dude, you're like, it's a milestone. It's your 40th. Dude, by the time I pick up the kids and have dinner and blah, 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 I don't want to do anything. Blah, blah, blah. No, this fool went and picked up the kids from school, and then he freaking had the grill up on the lawn, and he was grilling, and I saw him doing that. I had a stressful fucking day. I went in the house, saw my wife, and I just put my hands in tears, and I started fucking crying, because not only have I had a fucked up day, but Ricky somehow made it better.
Yeah, I mean, well, one, I feel like that's what any good friend or family member would do. I mean, it feels like a 39th birthday, sure, but I just think those big milestones, especially as we get older. I mean, I'm coming to that now. 32 years old. So in 8 years, that'll probably be me.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think especially us men, we try not to make a big stink of these things, especially as I've gotten older. I know, like, I've kind of taken that away from myself and be like, no, like, I kind of want to just celebrate the wife and kid. That's it. You know, I don't mind taking the back seat. I feel like us men, we kind of just, that's, I don't want to say our role, but we kind of just take that role upon ourselves. Just kind of taking that back seat. Like, no, like, let the family, you know, let's let the family shine. We'll kind of take the back seat. But again, as a man, knowing that, I'm like, nah, this is kind of big. You know, like, this is 40. That's 4 decades. Like, nah, this is kind of important. I think at minimum, you know, we should just, you know, we don't have to do anything crazy. You know, because I know you're not big on having like these big parties, which I respect. I mean, I used to love that. Now I'm not really crazy about that.
I think your 30th was big, right?
Yeah, it was a little bit
and
bigger
after that,
than
it's
been just like a dinner at the house.
You don't even invite nobody.
Yeah, I just invite my parents and my sisters.
Didn't invite anybody. You forgot about us. You forgot about the podcast. You forgot about us. With the second child, we don't even exist to him anymore.
Yeah, I probably won't do another one like that until I'm probably 40. You know, I'm like, okay, just because again, it's a milestone. I just want to celebrate a milestone.
Well, that day that on my birthday that day, I had just received. I was working late because something happened, and it was like, fuck. I normally don't get off at fucking 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I had to because I was about to hit the 12th hour mark, and I had just received a phone call that day, and they were pretty.
You got yelled at that day.
I got yelled at that day. Yeah. I got yelled. I think it was a number of things that day, but the last one that got to me was that they called me to tell me, hey, so you submitted a photo, you submitted a display. You submitted a photo as yours from a store that didn't belong to you.
That's right.
And I was like, the way he said you did. And I'm like, wait, whoa, no, because that's an integrity issue. And this company is big on integrity. And I was like, no, that wasn't me. No, there's no way. He said, you know, you can get fired for this. And I'm like, fuck, dude, like, it wasn't me, dude. And,
mind you, this is all on your birthday.
Thank you.
This is all.
Thank you.
Okay, continue.
And so he's telling me that freaking, you know, I can get fired for this, you know, and I'm telling him I'm pretty much pleading with the guy that I didn't do that. That wasn't my photo. And so not knowing at the moment, I was gonna be fine. It was still a fucking stressful day.
Oh, for sure.
I come home stressed the fuck out, and then like I said, Ricky's on the fucking. On my lawn, freaking grilling. They didn't respect that I had brand new grass, and he's fucking grilling on my grass.
I was not grilling.
As you can tell now, it looks like shit because I don't give a fuck anymore.
Grilling on your grass.
He was grilling on my fucking grass, and letting fucking hot coals hit the dirt. You know, burning my grass, and it was that I saw him there, and I think I said what's up, but you saw the look in my face.
Yeah. I let you have your moment,
and went inside. Just I was in a way happy that you were here doing this, like it was like a fucking like. Emotional day, and I just broke down, bro.
Yeah.
But that wasn't my only birthday, bro. That wasn't my only birthday. The thing about this last job is that the biggest holiday landed around my birthday. What they believe the biggest drinking holiday, the first holiday of summer, Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, yeah.
Which really is just the day that Mexico won a war. Like, seriously? So, no, Cinco de Mayo is a fucking white holiday.
Yeah.
It's not created by the Mexicans.
No.
So, Cinco de Mayo, bro. So, it was my birthday. Again, it was my birthday. And we had like this big corporate walk. So, the main company that sells all the Hispanic beers. I'm trying my best to keep company names out of my mouth. But the company that sold all these Hispanic beers was doing a walk. They do a walk every holiday, bro, which just makes it very fucking stressful for us because we're the ones that have to go prepare the stores to their standards, not to the store standards, to their standards.
Yeah.
So I had just inherited a route, and I didn't do what the last guy did. The last guy would do whatever it took to earn displays, to earn the distribution, to earn pretty much to look like a great salesman. And that was breaking the law.
Yeah.
He would buy what they called breakage. So if a customer came in and grabbed a 6-pack, but the package broke and 1 bottle broke and now you have 5 bottles. We couldn't give them credit for that because it's against ABC policy. It's against the law for the beer distributor to give the retailer credit for a broken package that we didn't break. If we broke it, we were able to replace it. Send it back to the warehouse, send them a new case. But if the customer broke it, it was illegal for us to give them credit. Well, the last guy would buy the breakage to keep the stores happy. He would also buy, when you go to the stores and they have like, let's say during summer, they have like on top of an end cap, like a patio set. Furniture, as a display piece.
Yeah, kind of like for the summer.
Yes.
Yeah.
He would buy that to earn displays. So he would spend whatever this display cost. $400 is one of the numbers that I heard a lot. He'd buy those to get displays. So he made himself look like a fucking superstar.
Yeah.
By breaking the law.
Yeah.
Then I walk in with, I'm not breaking the law. I'm not going to get fired. I have a family to support. So my display started dipping. So they go to a CVS where this store used to score hundreds all the time. Every single time. They walk in, I score a 47. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
The VP of sales calls me and he fucking rips me a new one, bro. He fucking lets me have it. Mind you, that's the same guy that came to my house. Were you here for my birthday? No, maybe you weren't around back then. Never mind.
No,
we met you. What year did we met you?
2018.
Okay, then. No, that was the same year then. We must have met you after. So it was my birthday. I
didn't come for your birthday before.
No. We had it was my first year living here. It was my birthday, my first year living here. And
I don't think it was in picture then.
No, you weren't in.
Okay.
They were having a Cinco de Mayo run. Okay. Again, Cinco de Mayo, bro.
Yeah.
So it was a Saturday, and they were going to the bars to support and buy, drinks and shit, whatever. Gotcha. They started at the restaurant right here at the corner by my house. So the guy that broke the law all the time, him and I were cool.
Yeah.
Because we were in separate territories, so we were cool. We were close. He's like, "Hey, Andres lives right here." He's like, "Really?" So they stopped, bro, in a big ass stretch limo. We're talking like a Hummer type fucking limo.
Yeah.
They reversed that sumbitch in here, bro. Let's just say on his way out, the driver couldn't get it out. He had to fucking make a left, go to the cul-de-sac and turn around. That's how big this limo is. I think I got a video of the kids inside of it.
Yeah.
The kids ran inside. I think the Leo was here. Our nephew Leo was here. My boys, they are inside with the Modelo girls and shit. They're all fucking partying it up and shit. Music playing. Mind you, that was that same fucking guy. The same guy that fucking calls me, that rips me a new one. Pretty much a year later, rips me a new one on my fucking birthday. My direct manager has the audacity to say, "You'll never forget this birthday." And he was 100% right.
Yeah.
May 2nd of 2019.
Yeah.
He was correct. I'll never forget that fucking birthday, bro. He fucking ripped me a new one. But my mentality was to never throw homeboy under the bus.
Well, yeah, no.
So I took the fall. I took the blame, whatever the case would be. But I took ass beatings, bro. I took fucking chew outs, whatever. This VP multiple times would get kicked out of stores. That's how aggressive he was.
Yeah.
Well, I remember one of my stores, the assistant manager took him outside. He said, let me take you outside and show you something. He went outside and looked at the store sign. What does the store sign say? The store sign says it's super. It doesn't say your company's name. So we will have the beer that we want out here because we're running our programs, not because you want it, not because you're having a walk. So those walks were very stressful, bro. They were stressful because, again, they wanted us to have everything looking to their standards, not to the store. And if we didn't have it to the company standards, then we were just making excuses.
Yeah.
And we were horrible salesmen.
Yeah.
We weren't wearing our selling shoes. To, they threw that word out a lot. Your selling shoes. And, dude, those are just a couple examples, bro. When you said we're going to come over, we're going to talk about this and shit, I was like, fuck, I started writing all kinds of shit, bro. Dude, no joke. When I first started, bro, the drive was horrible, man. I used to drive from Oxnard to Sylmar for a year.
Yeah.
And then when I got moved to Ventura, they made me drive from Oxnard to Santa Barbara for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
The traffic back was a bitch, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It was a bitch. So when I first moved out here, they're like, dude, your route's going to be like 15 minutes away. I'm like, fuck yeah. The way I see it is I earned my backyard in a way because I did the time.
Mm-hmm.
So when I kind of like in a way real quick, sidetrack, but when I went to the interview with this new company, they asked me that. You now work for a company where you work out of your backyard. Why would you want to come work for a company that we're probably going to send you the farthest that you're going to get? And I said, I gave them the same scenario, the same story. Well, I used to drive to Sylmar, I used to drive to Santa Barbara, and I know that one day I'll earn my backyard. And here I am, fucking working for them. But dude, I remember when I drove to Santa Barbara, my very first store on a Monday, the owners, it was a liquor store market, it was a market, and it was in Isla Vista, the territory of Isla Vista where the college is at, the Santa Barbara College. So it's like their own little town, and it was my first stop on Monday. Depending on how this guy's mood was, is how my whole week is gonna be. Bro, this guy called me a bitch. This guy called me names. This guy would have fucking I would have called my wife Letty, bro. I would have called her and be like, I just pulled up to this store. I mean, she's like, remember, keep your cool, keep your composure, like just relax, la 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 la. And I was like, I don't know. So like I said, whenever he was in a good mood, it was a good week. It was a good week. But like I said, there was times where after 2 years of taking his verbal abuse, bro, I finally said, fuck you, Ron. You write your own fucking orders. And I walked out of the store. 10 minutes later, I get a call from my boss asking me, what did you do to Ron? Motherfucker, are you serious? This fool just fucking disrespected me. And I finally had enough of it. And I walked out of the store and I'm done. And so he tells me maybe a week later, we're going to go talk to him. I'm okay, perfect. We'll talk to him. We see the guy in a good mood, bro. The guy's in a good mood. The owner's in a good fucking mood. So my boss is like, he's the nicest guy in the world. Should we even talk to him about it? Like, I already saw that my boss had no spine. Yeah. So I'm like, just let it be. Whatever. Just let it be. It is what it is. So, but it took for me to speak up for myself that the last year that I was there, the guy was cool with me the entire time. Because I fucking just let him have it.
Yeah, sometimes it takes someone like that is used to doing, kind of being a bully or aggressive. When someone, this is how you know that they're weak too. When someone fights back, then they know okay. Yeah. I can't just push this guy on because this guy, he's not going to take it. Yeah. Because that's the last thing they want is their confrontation. They just want to be right. Like, I'm the owner. I'm this, that. In this kingdom here, I am the king because this is my store. Yeah. But when someone actually, gives them legit, I guess pushback, and they're not accustomed to that. Yeah. One, they either respect it and they're like, you know what, that dude stood up for himself. I respect that. Or that, you know what, this dude actually pushed back. I'm gonna just let it be. Yeah. So it's one or the other. Most times the people are like, you know what, I actually respect you guys, just stood up for himself. So it's good.
It was the last day that I was in the last week that I was in that route. All right, man. It was, nice knowing you. I'm out of here. It's my last week. I'm moving closer. I'm moving out of here. I'm going to New and he was like, you know what, man, it was nice having you around. Good luck. And I hope your future is great. And I'm like, shit, cool. Cool. Well, it's like, fuck everyone. It's funny because when I interviewed for this company and I shared that story, they were like, no way. Like, there's no way Ron was like that to you. I'm like, what? Because they know it. We're in the industry, bro. Yeah. Everybody knows everybody. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah. They're like, no way. Ron Sr.'s like the nicest person. Oh, no. It wasn't Ron Sr. It was the fucking son. He goes, oh, yeah, that guy's a dick.
Well, see, that makes more sense.
Yeah,
too.
That guy's a dick. Because I guess when they covered that store at one point, it was always the dad that was there. But when I was there, it was no longer the dad. It was the son.
Yeah, so he got inherited it. So so he he felt entitled.
But back to this. Like I said, back to the difference. I'm saying all these bad scenarios because the difference, right? I'll get to the point. There was this one time at a 7-Eleven, the lady there, the owner of the store, bro. I don't want to say her name. Anyways, she was very condescending, bro. Yeah. Very condescending, a fucking cunt. And she freaking one day I had told her, I'm like, hey, because I'm not there when the deliveries get there, so I noticed that some of the cases weren't being rotated, and so I mentioned to her, hey, when you guys see the driver, because you guys see him, I won't see him, but you guys will. Can you let him know that he needs to rotate? This is your guys' product. Customers are going to complain about your expired beer.
Need auto insurance or an SR22? Like now, SolarX Insurance gets you covered fast. No license, no problem. We speak your language, shop the best rates, and get you back on the road today. Call 877-736-4719. That's 877-736-4719. Visit slxinsurance.com or call now 877-736-4719. Quick, easy, done. SolarX Insurance. Drive with confidence.
When I walked out, apparently she told the assistant manager, the nerve of this guy. Like, apparently I was horrible by telling her to do this. You know what I mean? Yeah. Fuck. So
that's your job, asshole.
Right. So she, like I said, she was very condescending. She was a bitch. So that manager, I was real cool with her, and I kind of like pushed her. And I told her to go back to school, go back to school, get the fuck out of this store. She did. She's a dog groomer now.
Nice.
And the other night guy, he was like, they're getting tired of it too. At one point I had my brother Alex, I'm not Alex, my brother Ricky was working there.
Mm-hmm.
He was working at that scene. He's like, dude, this lady's a fucking bitch. I'm like, fucking told you. Yeah, and so the other guy, the night guy, he was getting ready to leave. I got there early in the morning. I avoided her like the plague, bro. So I got there early in the morning. I did my counts and everything. I was talking to the guy, and I let my emotions take over. I'm human, bro. And I say, yeah, the owner's a fucking bitch. Not knowing that they're recording the conversation, bro. Right. So when they played it back and they heard it, they called my boss, and they fucking, I had to go to HR. And even though I told them that she was very condescending, I still got written up. I got written up because apparently I lied, because they said that I told them that I never said that. I never called her a fucking bitch. What I said was, I don't recall saying that. Because that's not when I'm in a professional setting, but I let my emotions take over because I was bullshitting with the guy.
Yeah.
So they got me for integrity. I got written up for integrity. I was like, all right. So like, remember I told you earlier, integrity is a big issue at this company. Yeah. So I got written up for integrity. But it's funny because maybe a few months later, I had mentioned to that same boss that wrote me up. He was no longer my boss, but I had mentioned, I'm like, dude, this new route you guys moved me to, we're not, the way you guys routed everything, no one's hitting the standard miles on our car to not get taxed. We're getting taxed. We have to hit 500 miles a month to not get taxed on our, because they paid us once a month on our miles, and they gave us like a flat rate of the car plus the miles. We weren't hitting it. The same guy that wrote me up for integrity months before told me to lie on my miles report.
Oh, just to put it in? Mm-hmm. Just to write it in?
And I'm like, but isn't that an integrity issue? And then he fucking just dropped it and walked away. Motherfucker, you just wrote me up for an integrity issue a few months ago, but now you want me to lie? No, I'm not lying. So I never lied on the but what I did do, I was like, one day when I got a new tax person, I was like, curiosity. We were told we're not supposed to claim our miles on our taxes because they're paying us.
Oh.
And then she was like, but I'm curious because they tax us on them. And I dude, the first time I met this lady, dude, I went with paperwork and files and everything. And she's like, damn. And I even told her, oh, those are your copies. And she's like, oh shit. Okay, cool. Like, she read the email. Oh, she's like, no, fuck them. We're fucking filing these taxes. You're getting taxed for them. We're filing these taxes.
Okay, nice.
So no, she put them in. She's like, shit, I don't give a shit. They're taxing you, and it's coming out of your paycheck. So if it was like a separate paycheck, and then the one you got after that, like that's where they took their taxes from that check, it would have not been taxable. But because it was coming from your main paycheck, the main source of your...
that's the main part of your deduction.
Yeah, they're like, no.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so she freaking...
So actually, it would have been more... I guess it would be better for them if they didn't, because they wouldn't take it off your check.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see that.
So, and even like the wife, for example, she's like when she goes and does when she goes visit the
clinics, whatever.
The clinics or whatever, whatever. Same thing. Is that, but does he tax you? She's like, well, yeah, it comes out of my. He puts the money. If the money goes into your check, the same check that gets taxed, then yes, you can. So she is like, no, give me the miles. Give me the miles. She's like, oh, fuck yeah. So now she writes everything down. Agencies, when she goes to the agencies.
Got it.
So she wrote them down.
Nice.
And I'm the same fucking guy, bro. Integrity tells me to fucking lie on my miles. No, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
And then, dude, I remember this one time it fucking happened. So, you know me, I'm big on the Valentine in the morning, right? Mm-hmm. I listen to them religiously.
Yep.
Exactly. Yep. You've gone to one of the fucking events at night.
Just one, yeah.
Well, everybody got their turn, bro. This last year,
I'm not complaining.
This last year, my wife's like, yeah, well, who do I invite? He goes, nah, don't invite anybody in the family. I'm all right, cool.
Yeah, you took the.
I think we took.
Band
no, we
people,
took.
Right?
We took.
The band of people.
That was 2 years ago. Last year we took Ryan. Ryan went. You met him at the golf. The guy that was afraid of meeting you.
Oh, I don't remember that.
That was last year. No, you don't know. I don't think we announced it because the wife didn't. She's like, don't.
Oh, well, usually they send pictures still. That's why I'm like, I just don't. Yeah, I guess.
I'm telling you, bro. We don't mean nothing to you, bro. We're like fucking. You're like Thanos, and you dusted us out, bro. So no, this one time, so I listened to the radio religiously, bro. So I ended up buying myself like a little. It looks like this flash drive, right? A little tiny flash drive, but it can clip to my shirt. Sorry. And I would listen to the FM radio. That day, I forgot to take it off my shirt. We had a little meeting, a little powwow. I forgot to take it off my shirt. I usually just take the headphones off, put it away, whatever. I mean, I'm sorry. At this point, I just took the headphones off and left it on there. It just looked like a fucking clip, right? Mm-hmm. And my direct manager's like, he taps it. Sorry. He's like, what's that? And I panicked. Instead of saying that it was a fucking FM radio, I said it was a recording device. So that didn't sit well with management.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
That did not sit well with management, bro. So freaking, I called another supervisor and I'm like, hey, bro. And he was cool with me, right? What that I thought. And he was like, hey, dude. So, sorry, dude. My homeboy just asked me about this and I panicked and I lied and said it was a recording device. But I think I made it worse. And he was like, yeah. I'm like, why didn't I want to say it was fucking FM radio, bro? I'm like, well, dude, now you're going to fucking have a target on your back. And I was like,
now you're a snitch.
Yeah, exactly. So, no joke, the next morning, bro, the manager and my direct supervisor took me out to breakfast and they wanted to talk about it. And I'm like, look, I already reached out to HR and it's not illegal for me to have it. Second of all, this is the reasons why I've had it. I had a situation with the merchandiser.
Wait, you still stuck with that? It's a recording device?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bro, what the fuck?
Let me finish. Oh, I needed water. So, I'm like, look, I had a situation with a merchandiser where no one believed me. And I ended up having the VP of sales sitting in my car for a couple stops because I was the one in the wrong. So, okay. Then there was another situation that I had with an account, and you guys took the account side, right? So this is for my protection, that when customers start getting crazy, I just hit record, and it's now. And then they were like, well, you're right, it's not illegal to have it, but it would just be better if you don't wear it, and blah, blah. You know what? No problem. I won't wear it. It is what it is, right? But this is for my protection. They understood that because I did tell them, I did give them facts that they were aware of.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, do you know how uncomfortable it is to have the VP of sales sitting with you in the car because of a fucking merchandiser? And they were like, no, we get it. No, it's like, it's not illegal, but if you don't. Dude, I heard after that homeboy left that after he retired that he fucking hated me, bro. That everyone knew he fucking hated me. I don't give a shit. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah. No, I can definitely see that. It's funny that you stuck with that story, though. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna just follow the story.
I did. I did. I even told him, didn't you guys sit me down one day for blah 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 A, Y, and Z? They're like, well, yeah, we did. Okay, so this is for my protection.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck it.
All over radio.
Fuck, all over around time in the morning, bro. Yeah. I almost got fired for you, fucker. Hey, but you know what? They take care of me, bro.
They do.
They take care of me.
That they do. Yeah. Your loyalty is big.
Yeah.
Over there.
Like right now, for example, now they have it on podcast form. Mm-hmm. So the whole show gets shortened up and it's now a podcast.
Oh, okay.
So on my drive home, that's what I listen to.
Nice.
I listened to them, and we went to the MS walk, and we were there the first MS walk, and they were happy to see us, and they were like, oh, and I was telling them, like, look, I don't listen live because I'm working, but I do listen to the playback, and you guys can see the conversations that I have with you guys, and that, yeah, we see it all the time. And I was like, I mean, I listen.
Yeah.
And the lady's like, she was so happy that we went that she even told us, like, you guys like Disneyland. So, so we'll see what's up with that. Nice. But anyways, no, man, this last job was, like I said, I came home multiple times in tears. You saw one of them.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I've been on the back end of some of those phone calls, where it's like, yeah, it's been a shit day.
Yeah, the stressful, days with my direct supervisor one day. The thing about management is that if you're having a meeting, it doesn't matter which manager is having the meeting, but they'll always end their statement with, if you need help, reach out. If you have questions, reach out. I did that same exact thing twice in one day, and my direct supervisor calls me and rips me a new one. And you'll always remember those fucking days. Mm-hmm. I knew exactly where I was at when that shit happened. Actually, a liquor store down the street from this house, bro. Just over there by all the tire shops and shit, by the fucking trash people. And he ripped me a new one, bro. And he ends his statement with, I said my piece. I'm like, that was your piece, motherfucker? Mm-hmm. All right, whatever. The incentives went from fucking we were making money to making shit. Like all this stress to not make anything. My last two raises, bro, one of them was 72 cents. The last one was 68 cents. Mm-hmm. So my last 9 months working for them, I got employee of the month 5 times. I made my money back, bro, because each one was fucking $250, bro. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah. $250 each fucking employee of the month. It was my mic drop moment, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, no, multiple times came home. But you know what, bro? Honestly, after all that stress and all that bullshit I went through, the cherry on top was this little punk named Lorenzo. The cherry on top was a little punk named Lorenzo. I got a new merchandiser, and he wasn't listening to me, bro. I was telling him what he needed to do because we were supposed to give him instructions of what to do. He wasn't doing it. He was ignoring my requests and everything. And after like maybe 3 or 4 months of me telling him, I finally threw him under the bus. I hate throwing people under the bus, bro. I really do.
No, yeah, I remember that.
And so I told him, like, hey, man, this kid is not listening to me. He obviously doesn't fucking respect me. Enough's enough. Enough's enough. And so he went outside, and I guess his boss was ripping him a new one or whatever. So then he comes into the store like half an hour later. He goes straight to receiving where I was talking to the receiver. As I'm giving the receiver his boss's number, I'm like, hey, you guys have problems with him? Just call his boss. I'm not his boss. And homeboy gets, to me, if you're about 2 feet away from my face, you're in my face.
Yeah.
You're in my personal space. So to me, he got in my face. He did it in front of the receiver. And he was because I threw him under the bus and blah, 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 this and this and that, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. It got ugly. The receiver was well aware of it. The store manager was aware of it. Everybody in the store was aware of what just went down. And I, again, where there's people, I'll lose my shit at home like nothing. But when there's people, I keep my composure. So I kept my cool. Whatever. I told the bosses, this is why I don't tell you guys anything. This is why I don't tell you guys anything, because the kid just got in my fucking face. And they didn't move him, bro. They didn't even go speak to the receiver. They didn't go speak to the store. So when I asked the management one day, I'm like, hey, because they had a meeting and they're like, how come you guys don't say anything? If the guys aren't doing their job or whatever, how come you guys don't say anything? And nobody answered. So I'm like, well, maybe because they don't want to say shit. Because if they do, your merchandise are going to get on our faces. And the manager remember that event, that his response was, well, I mean, it was your word against his. Really, motherfucker? Did you guys not go speak to the receiver? Well, no. Well, if you guys would have gone and speak to the receiver, then maybe you guys would have realized that it wasn't my word against his. So, but since you guys don't care enough, that's when I took me applying for this job more serious.
Yeah.
And like I said, deuces, oozes. that was the cherry on top, bro. After all this stress of me coming home in tears and fucking being yelled at and being accused of shit and being lied to and written up. That was the first write-up since 2005, bro. My first write-up since 2005, bro. After all that bullshit, bro, I left because of some kid named fucking Lorenzo. Fuck that kid. And fuck that name. But now the stress levels are completely different. We'll get to why Ricky's laughing.
Yeah.
We'll get there. The stress levels are gone, bro. Yes, the only stress that I have is completing my task in the 8 hours. There is no overtime. The beautiful thing is we have a company car, so I'm not wearing and tearing my car. Company gas. They put gas in the car. Obviously, it's their car. And days off. Before, you would have to pull nails. So what's it called? Pulling nails, pulling teeth to try to get a day off. With this company, I was there for a couple weeks, and they're like, "Oh, I needed this day off," and they gave me the fucking day off.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So the pay is level to what I was making, and I always say the same thing. Is I always say, like, because I used to make a lot of money with the last company, and it dipped. Right, it dipped a lot dramatically, bro. And I feel like in a way, it happened on purpose because when I transitioned to this new job, you start over. Yeah. You're starting at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, for sure.
But the pay is there.
Already.
The same exact as the last company. Yeah. So I already knew how to survive based on that income that when I went over here, I'm like, well, it's the same exact shit. I'm actually keeping golf money now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And so my little extra fucking $50 to $100, it goes to golf.
Yeah.
And so every year is a raise mandatory, and it's not just some cents. It's 3% raise or 5% raise. The first 5 years, I'm getting an 8% raise.
Nice. Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? After that, once I'm done paying with the car, bro, that's it. Yeah, I'm straight. You know what I mean? I can come rent your house.
Yeah. And then not only that, but then also you get, because it's a state job, you know, you get a lot of state benefits, which is really big.
100%.
You know, so those are great in general. Then you have you have your pension. Mm-hmm. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Pension,
you know,
401k. Dude, time off like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah,
bro.
No, I mean, well, especially with the state jobs, you know, they take every holiday
before
off.
Homeboy was blackballed, you know, I never had Travis Day.
Yeah.
Before, I never had Veterans Day off. I never had like all these little oddball. Never had them off.
Yeah, no. So I mean, and then obviously, you know, but obviously the most important thing though is obviously the stress levels are just nowhere near what
exactly,
they were.
Bro.
So that's like, good, man. You know, that's great.
I come home like I said, sometimes the stress level is like finishing on time, getting your 8 hours, or a side project comes in like, fuck, I gotta stop what I'm doing. But the drive home is, I got used to it, bro. Like I said, either I'm talking to somebody on the phone. There's times where I've been talking to you. Mm-hmm. You rarely call. And
I call all the time. Shut up.
You rarely call. You don't even love me anymore. Dude, I want to be on someone's podcast because I fucking complained. Like, motherfucker, hey man, you've been telling me for 2 years that I was going to be on your podcast. So he called me the next day. Hey motherfucker, you're going to be on the podcast. I'm fuck, yeah, let's go. Oh, because you were crying. I'm like, fuck, I'll take it. I was. And I'm going to get him to call me more. Anyways, and yeah, dude, just like I said, it's like, I'm listening to Bound Time in the morning on the way over here, or on the phone or whatever, and it makes my drive. Like today on my way home, I gained like 12 minutes. I'm like, instead I was supposed to be home at 4:07, I got home like at freaking 3:50. I'm like, oh shit, 3:52, whatever. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go on a Friday.
Yeah,
shit, let's go.
Yeah, that's good.
But enough about that. The reason why Ricky keeps laughing every time I say fucking Lorenzo. It's because he decided to name his future kid my archenemy. Not only is his little one already my archenemy, Gwen, she doesn't love me for shit. And
she loves Nikki, though.
She loves Nikki. I can't believe it. Dude, all the kids love Nikki, man.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And so Ricky is pregnant. And,
well, I'm not pregnant.
He's pregnant. Oh, he's so fucking... What's that movie for Arnold Schwarzenegger Jr.? When he's always Junior right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, and he's naming his kid Lorenzo. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why Lorenzo, bro? That's my arch enemy, bro.
So it's actually have I talked about Enzo in this podcast?
So let's give a little recap. The last time Ricky was here, he shared a little story about losing his Enzo. I'm not sure why.
So my wife, just quick backstory. My wife and I were pregnant a year and a half ago, and we were having a boy. His name was going to be Enzo. And then my wife developed an incompetent cervix. And then shortly after so when that happens, the body goes into full labor. So he was 20 weeks. So his heart was developed, but his lungs were in the infancy stage. So meaning like they pretty much were like non-existent. So the doctor's like, hey, the baby's going to come today. There's no stopping it, unfortunately. There's nothing we can do. But so he'll have a heartbeat, so he'll be alive. But because he has no lungs, there's nothing to pump blood, so there's going to be no circulation. So pretty much he's only going to be alive so long as the heart beats, which is not going to be much longer. So he gave us 2 hours, and that was the end of that. So we pretty much took like a year off.
When Betty sent me the image so I could make the invitation for the services, I was like, oh, that's a cool picture, whatever, and I edited everything, did what I had to do, and then and the wife was the one to tell me there's a baby in that photo. I'm like, what are you talking about? I got all creeped out.
Yeah.
Like, there's a dead child on this fucking photo. I'm like, baby's right there. I'm like, holy shit, why are they sending me these kind of photos, man? I didn't know. I just noticed that. I didn't notice that it was like a little blanket.
Yeah. He was tiny. I mean, it was kind of crazy looking like at a tiny little alien human type thing.
I didn't see his little face, bro. I was like, I'm over here editing and shit. La, 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 and it's like,
all happy.
I'm like, there's a baby in this photo. I was all creeped out. Sorry, dude. Sorry.
Yeah. So that was.
But Enzo's such a cooler name than Lorenzo.
So Enzo was the original, right? And then, like I said, we let my wife take like a year off to just let her body recover and stuff like that. And then we, like Gwen and the others, we have to do IVF, so we had to go through the whole IVF thing. And like I explained to you, when we were kind of just starting our IVF again, the wife kind of convinced me because she really wanted to do it. But as on the husband side, at least on this side, looking in, you just see your wife that you thought was, like because she was like hemorrhaging, the placenta was stuck, she had to get rushed into emergency surgeries after all Enzo. When they strolled her away, she pretty much like passed out. So I'm like, oh, like she's probably gonna die too. Like in my head, I had a firm belief, I'm like she's not gonna make it because she was losing that much blood. And I'm like, yeah, she's not going to make it. And because the doctors there just didn't look like they were, like, I was telling them, I'm like, she has a history of hemorrhaging. We need the hemorrhaging card. She's, type O. Like, I'm like telling them because they're kind of like frozen. Like, wait, this, like, because in all fairness, it did kind of just happen within the blink of an eye. It literally went from like, okay, yeah, she's in full labor and it's just me in the room to all of a sudden, the kid is there, and then I'm more like, hey, like the kid is here now, because it was just gonna be at any moment. Yeah. She was like fully dilated, and so it went from literally 0 to 100, real quick. So yeah, I mean, but luckily, they snapped out of it, and they went to work, and yeah, they obviously able to make everything better, and obviously, the wife was all good at the end. But like I told you, I was like, it's just weird because going to the doctor visits, there's now no sense of security, because with Enzo, it was, he's in the 99th percentile. His heart's so strong. Everything was strong. He's amazing. He looks great. Everything
he looks like his real dad.
Yeah. They're like everything is as good as it can be for a growing fetus. So there was zero issues leading up, and then all of a sudden, one night led to the other, or from one night to another, it's complete chaos. So now with that, like I told you, before we spoke on, before we came on the air, I was like, every doctor visit now is not going to be that, where you would go because they're doing the lung test, they're doing the brain function test, they're doing the heart test, they're doing all these things. You kind of breathe that little sigh of relief, like, okay, things are looking good, things are going good. The doctor's saying there's no issues, they're liking everything with the kids. So, okay, cool. Well, now because of everything that has happened, that stuff, like whatever the doctor says right now, like sure, it's great, and don't get me wrong, like I'm glad to hear good news, but it's still not comforting, because I've heard that and things turn ugly fast. So now there's just kind of dealing with that, with like pretty much I can't let my guard down until like he's here. Yeah. And if he's not here and still in there, then there is no, like, for me, like there is no comfort
until he's physically here. Yeah. Breathing air.
Yeah. You know, cause, and I do feel bad at times, because, you know, obviously I'm putting on a face, you know, but, you know, more for the wife, you know, they'll be like, she's like, oh, you know, if I can't make it, whatever, like, oh, he said this and this and this, you know, the doctor said this, that he's looking great, blah, blah. And I mean, internally I am happy, but I think there's a catalyst. Maybe my brain's trying to protect myself from what happened last time, to where I'm like not that it doesn't mean anything, but I'm like, it just doesn't give me comfort still.
I mean, like, you've seen a lot. Like, as it is, your wife almost passed out. Yeah, she almost passed away. Like
I said, I genuinely thought she was like not gonna make it. I'm like, she's not gonna make it. I just lost my kid and my wife right now.
Yeah. So how are you feeling with, like, for example, let's say that everything goes well, your son is born, my arch enemy Lorenzo, and but the same thing happens to your wife.
Well, I mean, they already know that that's gonna happen, because she has a history of hemorrhaging. So as long as there's a plan, you know what it is too. I like our doctor this time around a lot better. Seems to be a lot more in control, a lot more confident, a lot more just reassuring. You know, the last one was kind of she just wasn't great. Like our first one, the best doctor ever, but she retired, of course, after Gwen. She's like, hey, FYI, I'm retiring. So with Enzo, we had this new doctor, terrible, just terrible. And Betty didn't like her from the start. I'm like, well, you can either stick with her, or you can just, you know, or you can write it out, or you can look for another one. Yeah. So she stuck with her. And yeah, it just, we didn't like her. I mean, obviously, more important, you know, Betty didn't like her. You know, Betty's my wife. And so yes, and I mean, rightfully so. I mean, obviously, I'm not saying that it was her fault or anything, you know, but I feel like if there was a better plan in action with, like, this doctor that we have right now, she's great. There's an actual plan, and she's very communicative with the wife, with everything going on, and even with, like, as things are unfolding, she's still like, okay, to the point to where she wants to put her on bed rest soon. You know, she's like, hey, you know, I really want you to be off your feet. I want you to take care of this. I want you and the baby to both be as safe as possible. Yeah. So, you know, I do like that she takes, like, a true vested interest, compared to, like, I think there's one difference between a healthcare professional and, like, an actual doctor, you know. And I think our previous doctor, which is a healthcare professional, meaning, like, she's just in healthcare, but she's not really like your doctor, like, that actually cares. This one feels like an actual caring doctor. Like, she actually gives a fuck about, like, hey, you're not just my patient. I'm not just making money off of you. Like no, like, she actually gives a fuck about my wife and the kid and the safety of both, and what is actually the best route for this person.
Now, I know that our sister-in-laws were not very happy when they found out that you're. I think my wife was kind of like, I mean, hey, I'm worried, yes, but I'm not going to give her a hard time about it. But that our sister-in-laws were not very happy about you guys getting pregnant again.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, because I've shared all this stuff. You know, I mean, I'm pretty open, so, you know, I've shared all this stuff with them, and yeah, you know, I mean, they called me and obviously voiced their concern. I obviously voiced my concerns back, but I'm like, at the end, unfortunately, it's her. I mean, I don't say unfortunately, but, like, at the end, it's her dream. This is what she wants. I'm not pushing her. You know, this. If anything, actually, I was kind of. I don't want to say I was against it, but I was more reluctant to be like, hey. I was like, hey, you know, because I kind of more took it like the opposite aspect of, like, if God's telling us we need to just have one kid, pretty much after what happened with Enzo, I'm like, I think sometimes we need to just shut up and listen and not be selfish and be like, hey, no, I'm actually going to do this other thing. Yeah. Like, but if you feel like this is what you need to do and that, you know, all these other things, I'm like, obviously I'm your husband. I'm going to support you. It's just, so I'm not like I'm saying I don't want another kid. I'm just, at the end of the day, like, in all truth, like, I'm just scared. Like,
Yeah.
And I'm not scared to lose another kid. Like, I'm scared to lose my wife. That's really what it comes down to. So when I was talking to the sisters, I'm like, I know, I understand, and I respect that, and I agree with it. Like, but
it's her call.
It's her call, but not only her call, but her mind's made up.
Yeah.
Like, cause we've had that conversation already, and she doesn't care. This is what she wants. I'm like, and like, it's just, I'm gonna ride with it, because sure, do I want a son? Yeah, but do I want the son at the cost of my wife? Absolutely not. If I had to choose one or the other, I'm choosing my wife.
Yeah.
100%, 10 times out of 10. So that's where we're at right now. And so, like I said, but I like this doctor. Does that still give me some reassurance? But like I said, it doesn't get my guard down where I'm like, okay, we're good now. I said, so there's a new plan. We had a surgery. It's called a cerclage to prevent what happened with Enzo, and that's in there. And so there's other complications, obviously, that are still going on, like with any pregnancies. But right now there's a plan in action, and I like this doctor. She's taking precautions up ahead, and she's letting my wife know, and she's telling her what to look out for. So like I said, there's a lot of good communication back and forth, and that's what I like, and that's what my wife likes too.
How do your side of the family feel about you guys being pregnant again?
They obviously, my sister were just happy. Well, one, because my sister just had a son, right? So she just had a son. She's Zyla's age, so I don't, like 7-8 months ago, right? So, and then my sister right now is currently pregnant too. So my sisters were happy. My parents obviously were kind of like, our sister-in-law's concerned. Like, are you guys sure this is what you guys want? This, the safety aspect of it, So, they weren't, like I said, no one was really upset. Maybe besides one of the sister-in-laws was more upset, but I'll say there's more.
I believe she took it personal because she had to go and clean the house, right?
So I think it was more, like I said. So, and like
the day you guys went to the hospital, she had. So
I told my wife, because obviously my wife was upset that she was.
That they were upset.
More vocal, I would say. More vocal or more restraint about it, or not restraint. Restraint's the wrong word. Like, she was pretty much just more like, you shouldn't do this. And
they're being big sisters.
Yeah, and so like I told my wife, I'm like, yeah, but you don't understand though. I'm like, this person also went through it too, because they went there, and like I said, they saw what they saw. They they cleaned up literally the mess, and
I think she described it as a murder scene.
It literally was a murder scene. Yeah. Like it like, if you would have saw my house when we left, you would have thought that I stabbed my wife. Like, it was bad. It was bad. And
I can edit this shit for you to say I stabbed my wife. Right? Yeah. You should watch what you say, bro.
Well, that's what it looked like. It looked bad,
Yeah.
And so, with that being said, I was like, you have to understand, that's just a genuine concern. And then that's when I told her too. I'm like, look, I explained to her, and at the end, she was understanding that, okay, that it's a valid concern, and she has those valid opinions. I'm like, you have to just explain to her that at the end of the day, this is just what you want. Like, you understand the risk, and you understand all these other things, but this is what you want. Because again, her and I had already had this conversation, and so so I mean, everything went well.
Yeah.
But I guess to kind of go full circle, the reason for Lorenzo is because. So it's like two parts, right? So my name is Richard, obviously. My dad's name is Richard, so I'm a junior. My sister's...
I'm going to fact check you on that one. Yeah. Real quick, side note. Ricky came on a podcast once, and his parents had to freaking call him out on his bullshit.
That was not.
So I had to fact check his ass.
That was not.
Fact. Can't even say fact. There you go. Fact check this guy.
Those were all facts. They were not in school with me. So those were facts.
I don't know, man. His parents were pissed, bro. His parents were pissed. Andy, we need to come on the podcast because fuck this guy.
So then, so my dad's name is Richard. I'm Richard. My younger sister, her husband, boyfriend, whatever, her baby daddy's name is also Richard. And their son name is Richard. So there's a bunch of Richards in our family right now.
We have enough, bro.
Yeah, so it's 4, right?
Get rid of them.
And my dad has always told me ever since I was little too that he wanted the name Richard to continue, but I've always disliked that name. I'm like, Richard is so rough. I don't like it. Sounds
like a lawyer.
Yeah, I don't like it. I'm just not a big fan of it. So, so originally it was Enzo, and then I told my wife, I'm like, hey, I want to stick with, like, I just like the name Enzo a lot. I think it's super dope. And so she's like,
I don't. Well, no. Well, Enzo.
And so
when you added the Lorenzo.
Yeah, so I'll get to why. So then, when we're talking about it, she's like, I don't want to name our kid after one, that just passed away. And I'm like, well, the funny thing, so second backstory, one of my aunts on my dad's side, so her name is Esther, and she's the first child. She's the eldest, so the oldest of 12. My dad's youngest. But there was actually one daughter before her. Her name was also Esther. So she technically was my tia now, technically the second born, because the first one was, but she was actually born. Her name was Esther, but she died when she was a baby. And they just renamed the second one. It happened to be a girl again. They named her Esther. So I was like, so now fast forward now to when I was talking to my wife about it. I was like, no, like, this actually still runs in my family. My tia, that was Esther. There was actually, another Esther before her, and she became Esther. Almost like asshole, out of respect, to kind of, but she kind of saw it different. She's like, no, I want to like kind of keep his name, kind of his name. And one of her names that she mentioned before was Lorenzo. And I was like, well, what about Lorenzo? But we'll spell it, Lor, but then keep the Enzo part, the Enzo.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, I kind of actually like that. Like, it's still the same. I'm like, but I'm still going to call him Enzo, though. And she's like, yeah, no, that's fine, but as long as his name is just a little different. I'm like, yeah, Lorenzo. And then when I told my parents about it, my dad was like, well, like, why don't you just name him Richard then if you guys don't want to keep the same Enzo? And I'm like, because the LOR part is for the last of the Richards. It ends with me. It ends with me.
I'm killing us all.
Yeah, last of the Richards, and then it's Enzo.
That's funny. And then watch your kid have what kid later on and name them Richard.
Yeah, and he's like, no, I actually like it. I'm going to keep it.
Dad, actually, why didn't you name him Richard, you asshole?
Yeah.
That's when he'll become my best friend. When he calls you an asshole.
I'm sure Gwen knew that word. I'm sure she would have called me that today.
Right. Nah, she had Nick, though. She was distracted.
Yeah.
I know in her head, I'm an asshole. I don't know why. I don't know what I did to her. See, at least the other kids, when they were little, I did something for them to dislike me. I've done nothing to your daughter, bro.
Besides call her your arch enemy to her face.
I had to, bro, because she is my arch enemy, bro. She doesn't love me, dude. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I've done nothing to her. Like I said, at least the other kids, one of them I scared to her face. What are you looking at? And she fucking hated me for like 2 years. And then the twins, I did something to the twins, too. And then Mateo, I did something to him, and like I said,
Mateo was just I love Mateo, but I mean, even Betty would tell you too. He's just a crybaby. Though when he was little, he was a scaredy cat crybaby.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, now he's like.
But I didn't mean him when he was like that.
Your ass. No.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
now
didn't
he'll fucking start fucking kicking you and shit and everything.
He's completely different. I mean, I didn't know him when he was a baby. Apparently, that's how he was.
Well, freaking, like I'm sure Lorenzo's gonna be a great kid. I can't say that shit.
Yeah, apparently.
Man. Apparently, he's gonna be a great kid.
It hurt watching that.
Right? Fuck, dude. But honestly, dude, the family's all about praying and shit. So, when the day comes, we get the phone call. That everyone will be on a conference call and freaking Zoom, freaking praying like there's no tomorrow. I'll probably jump in on that conversation.
No, yeah, and I appreciate it all,
So, at the end of the day, I mean that we may not agree with a lot of things that our family does, bro, but the praying part, I mean, they freaking. Dude, they master that shit, bro.
Yeah, no,
so they master that shit.
Yeah, no, and I mean, it's funny. Even for some people that may not pray all the time, I think when you hear people that are praying for you, or like for someone or for something that's special to you, there is like a special feeling that you have about it. And sometimes maybe it's not always about the prayer, but just the fact that
they're thinking of you.
People are actually coming together, you know, and that your well-being or the well-being of your loved one is in their thoughts. I think it's kind of more or less if you don't want to be religious and think of the prayer part, at least like you're in their thoughts and that you're wishing well for this person that you love. That alone just kind of like makes you feel, you know, really good that, hey, you know, you have a good support system and that there's more people out there that actually care about you, and that because they're literally taking their time out of their day to like devote this moment, you know, for you or your loved one. And so that's really cool and at least special to me. Like I said, I may not be the biggest person on prayer, but I still ask for prayers because, again, it just knowing that this is going on, like I said, it's definitely a special thing.
Putting on blast really quick, I still replay in my head. It pops in there every once in a while. The day that you called me and the first time I heard Ricky cry. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Where's your God at now, Andy?" And I was like, "Oh, shit." I fucking sat there and cried with you, too. Oh, shit, I didn't even know Enzo, and I freaking played the same song that I play when someone passes away, and I fucking cried in my car, bro. Evanescence. What's it called? Oh, shit. What's the name of the song? Fuck. Is that a sad one? The one from, they play it in Daredevil, the old school Daredevil movie.
Oh, no, shit. I've never seen that. I know what you're talking about. I just can't.
My Immortal is the one that I listen to. That's the one. When someone passes away, that's what I listen to, and I fucking cry in my car.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was that time obviously was very difficult. It was just, I think what it was too was I had to put a face on for the wife. So I calloused a lot of my emotions and longer than I actually wanted to. Yeah. Because like I told my mom, you know, I was like, I just feel like I can't be emotional right now. I need to be the strong, stable person. Yeah. And I think my brain calloused my emotions too long to where I was almost feeling nothing. And that's kind of for me, this when I got a little worried or scared. Cause I'm like, well, I don't want to not, like, I still want to go through my thing. Yeah. You know, like I want to get it out because I know this is not going to be healthy. I know this might turn into something else. I'm like, no. So I mean, and it's hard, right? Like, how can you force yourself to like go through the proper emotions of grief, you know, consciously? It kind of just happens subconsciously, right? Yeah. So, and eventually it did, and you know, thankfully it did, and that was one of the moments, because those were like one of the low moments where I was like, you know, things were going great, and then, you know, I don't like to just say that I'm a great person or the best person, but I try to do things the right way. You know, I try to live, you know, a certain way, you know, at least, I don't want to say righteous, but like you know, at least respectful, you know, in a respectful manner, and to see other things that are going on. And, you know, when bad things happen to good people, but, you know, there's other things, especially, you know, as a cop, you see these other things going on, and you're just like, why does it feel like I'm being punished? Yeah. You know, and so, obviously there's bigger pictures, obviously, than everything, but in the moment, that's all you're feeling at the time is, why is this happening to, you know, people that are just trying to do good, and they're actually trying to be responsible, and they're trying to, you know, pretty much just grow their love. Like, why are two responsible adults being punished? You know, and so obviously there's a greater reason, but at the time, you know, that's all you see.
Right, exactly.
And that's all you kind of like focus on. And so, yeah, I mean, it hurts, and, you know, you kind of go to a dark spot. So that's when I called you, and, you know, it was good. Yeah, that was good though.
That was and it's good to fucking. It's good to. I know I've always been told that I cried a lot, right? No, it's good to let shit out, bro. I mean, like I said, my brother was on the podcast a few months ago, and he was like, he still was in shock that after all we've been through, I've never turned to alcohol and drugs, right? But the one thing I did do a lot was fucking cry. I cried a lot, bro. And sometimes I look at, I'm putting Nick on the blast, but Nick cries a lot too, bro. And he's like, hey, man, I can't criticize a kid because I was the same way, bro. Yeah. Let your feelings out that way.
Hey, he can either cry or he can smoke meth. Which one do you want him to do?
I'd rather him cry, bro. Exactly. But if he smokes meth, share it. Pasa, cabrón. No, I'm playing. Any last words, Rick, for, like, based on someone's going through this? Because, you know, this podcast is about sharing what we've been through and what we learn from it.
Yeah, no, man. You know, it's just, anyone going through anything somewhat similar, whether it be obviously with IVF or losing, a child, or even maybe just even having fertility issues, just know that it's not just you. There's, a big community out there. One thing that I will recommend, it's actually really funny. It's actually Andrew Schultz's Life, his comedy series on it. Because he went through IVF too, and I think just the way he breaks it down and everything, like in a comedic sense, is just one, hilarious, and two, genius. Because it's, especially if you've been through that, it's extremely relatable and it's extremely funny. So just know that there's a big community. There's a lot more people that go through it than you think. You're not the only one that, because again, fertility is very, personal and very private. But a lot of people, you'd be surprised once you kind of mention like, oh, these things happen, then you'd be surprised how many people like, oh yeah, me and my wife went through the same thing. Me and my wife this, me and my wife that, so it's not, pretty much, you're not alone. This is not happening to just you. You're not being picked on. You're not being punished. There's a greater plan that maybe you don't see right at the moment, because again, all you're focusing on right now is just the loss or the struggle. But know that at the end, once you get through this, you and your significant other, or if it's just you, will become stronger once you realize that there's a greater plan. You may not agree with it, but that there's a greater plan for you. You just have to be willing to see that is a possibility, so that you can grow and move on.
Off the cuff, ladies and gentlemen. He did not write that down. Yeah. That was off the cuff. Yes, Duo?
Yes, sir, brother.
All right. This episode is sponsored by SolarX Insurance. Fast, friendly, and affordable coverage. Need an SR22? They can help. Ride a motorcycle? Covered. Already have insurance? They got options. SolarX helps all drivers no matter the situation. Call 877-736-4719. That's 877-736-4719. Get back on the road with confidence. Please call my boy Juan. And Ricky, like I end every podcast, bro, thank you for riding with me.
Thank you for having me, man.
All right, let's go kick your daughter in the face.
Thank you for listening to Ride With Me, the Flat Tire Indie Podcast. You can also listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, and Podbean.